friends, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kylie if you're new here, and I'm the artist of this channel. I have Kai Creations, and today we are doing some sketchbook art because honestly that's just what I wanted to do. So yeah. And so we're just opening to a fresh page here, and I'm gonna do a challenge today that is something I've seen on the internet before. I've seen it on TikTok, I've seen a few YouTube videos of it, and because Pinterest is all of our favorite reference app to get all of our art references, I am going to do a challenge of letting Pinterest tell me what to draw. So I'm just typing in a word of something I want to draw, and I'm just picking the first one. So for this first one, I just typed in person, and I got this lovely lady, and so I'm going to draw her, and then I'm going to do that a few more times with other things. So I got that cute lady, and we are going to just draw her, sketch her little portrait here. And I had a lot of fun with this. I know I say that a lot, but I think I will probably do this challenge again. So if you guys end up liking this video, definitely let me know down in the comments if you think that I should do this another time. Just throwing that out there. But I had a fun time drawing this portrait. I've been drawing a lot of portraits in my sketchbook, specifically with my Prismacolors. I've just been sketching with those a lot recently, and I'm having a really good time doing that. So I feel like on top of the 100 Heads challenge that I've done recently, a couple months ago now, I'm like to a point where I am pretty good at drawing portraits. I don't struggle too much unless it's like a really weird angle, or occasionally I'll have a person where like I just cannot get their features exactly how they look in the photo or the reference. But that's okay. Totally sidetracked there, but yes, I'm doing really good with portraits. So that portrait didn't take me too long, and the next thing I searched up was things. And I just took the first thing that popped up there, and it was this cute little clock, which I've seen on Pinterest before, so I'm actually not shocked that it was the first thing that popped up. But it's just a cute little alarm clock. And later on in the video, I color this page, and I didn't go with green because although I like green, I just was wanting to do like a different color palette than what I normally do, so it ends up being not green, but that's okay. This was not too bad to draw. I think that I definitely need to work on drawing things that are not people because, like I said, I've been drawing a lot of people lately, so things that are not people I struggle with a little bit more, which obviously I'm not going to sit and draw 100 alarm clocks. That would be silly. But I do need to work on like drawing the shapes first and then kind of breaking it down from there, which I'm decent at, but we can always do better. We can always keep working, so that is something I need to work on. But I do think the little alarm clock turned out pretty good, if I do say so myself. And then I knew I was going to be drawing with acrylic markers on top of this sketch, so I like doing this like zigzag thing that I just did there when I do acrylic marker drawings. And the next thing I decided, I was like, I kind of want to draw food, but like I want it to be bright to match the kind of idea I had in my head of what colors I wanted to use. So like, okay, cool, I'll use fruit. So I searched up fruit, got cherries. Pretty easy to draw, honestly. This took me like 2 seconds. It's pretty simple. This ends up being a really weird like mashup of random things, which I think is kind of the fun of doing this challenge. But like if you look at this and you're like, this makes no sense, I know it makes no sense. It literally makes 0 sense. It's just a bunch of stuff thrown on a page, and I used a fun color palette. But like I said, that's kind of the fun of this challenge, and it actually had helped me have fun. 1, draw new things, and 2, use color. It's not that I don't use color often, I just don't use color as much as I want to, and I want to work on intuitively being able to decide what colors should go where. So that's kind of why I went with a different color palette than any of the photos. and I kind of did my own thing. But yeah. And I think I missed the pop-up, but the next thing I searched up I think was plant or flower. I think I searched up plant and this cute yellow flower popped up, and I honestly was really happy with this one because I was like, yes, I can draw that easily. That is an easy plant to draw, because searching plant could have gone any different way because there's some plants that are really hard to draw. So this one was pretty easy, relatively easy to draw, so that was a fun one. And then the last thing I searched up was word, and I kind of just wanted like one word or word. I think I searched words maybe. I wanted like a short quote, but when I searched up quote, it was like a long quote, and I was like, I don't really have room for that. So I wanted like a short quote, so I searched words, and I got this. And it makes no sense at all, but that's okay because I got to write it in a fun font that was quite fun to draw out. And I liked that I made the W really big and then the rest of the letters the same size, and then put the question mark off to the side, which you'll see here in a moment. I don't know, I just thought it looked cool. It was fun, and it doesn't make sense, but who really cares? Because it's just a sketchbook page and it was just for funsies. So those are the only things I end up drawing for the spread. I could have maybe drawn more things if I drew a little smaller, but honestly, I thought this was a good start, and especially since I was coloring everything, I didn't want to go too crazy because this was a multiple video filming day, so I didn't want to be filming from like the whole day. So this is where I stopped. I am going to grab my acrylic markers as well as my Prismacolors, and we are going to color everything in. So originally kind of wanted it to be like a maroon red, and so I tried this layering and it worked, but it took too long to dry. I was very impatient. I was like, I don't want to do this with everything. So I did the cherries, the darker red, and then everything else I just went in with the straight red. And I was gonna tell you guys what set of acrylic markers this is, but I'm honestly not sure. It's one of the 64 sets, I believe. That might be wrong. But I love these markers. These markers are pretty nice. My biggest like complaint would be that some of them ran out of color so fast, especially the white, which I know I use the white a lot, but not enough for it to already be out. Like, I haven't even had these markers for a year, and mind you, a lot of my art supplies last like 3-4 years. Like, my art supplies, I can make them last a really long time. So like my Prismacolor colored pencils, I've had those since I was in middle school, and I think I've only had to replace my white colored pencil one time. And I know it's different, but I'm just saying they ran out a little too fast for me considering the price point that these markers sell at, and the hype that these markers have. I feel like everyone online has a review of these markers or has been sponsored and given these markers. So I'm a little disappointed that they dried out kind of fast, or they ran out of color kind of fast, but it's okay. Anyways, totally sidetracked. But I did the clock red, the words red, and then I wanted to bring in this lighter pink. So I brought in this pink, and then I did 2 other shades of it, which luckily they're very similar in hue. Like, one isn't like super cool compared to the other. So it worked out really nice. And then I came in with this, like, this green is a little too bright, but there's not like a great range of greens in this marker set, so I went with this green, and I end up liking it in the end. It ends up looking okay, especially once I add the blue, which I think kind of helps even out the color balance a little bit. But yeah, I kind of wanted to go in a fun route with the colors, make it really bright, colorful, but still have like a very obvious color scheme, so everything kind of blended together and it felt more like one, since all the objects were kind of chaotic. I think it was nice to have the color scheme kind of bring it all together a little bit, if that makes sense. I feel like that makes sense. And then I went ahead and added this very pretty light kind of baby blue color. And this is my all-time favorite blue ever. I love a very muted light blue. I just think it's such a pretty color, and I think it complements the red and the pink and the green pretty well. I think it turns it from something kind of a little harsher to something a bit more muted, if that makes sense, and like calmer. I don't know how to explain what I'm thinking in my head. People who understand color theory maybe will understand what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I really love the touch of blue. I didn't really add too much of it, but just the little bit under the clock, by the word, and then the little doodles outside of the flowers, I think really added a lot. So love that. And now we are doing the hair, which I was so torn originally. So I said I wanted to do really colorful. So in the beginning of this video, I was like, okay, I know I want to do red because the cherries are red, obviously. So red is an obvious choice. And so my two thought processes were what I have now, which I love. I'm so happy I did it this way. But I was also tempted to do just red and black because I've done that before in previous sketchbooks where I just did red with black ink, and I love it so much. But I was gonna do like stippling for the girl, and I'm kind of glad I didn't because that sounds like a lot of work now that I'm thinking about it. But that was the other route I was potentially gonna go, and I think I'm happy I did the colorful one just because I don't do colorful stuff very often. Especially in my sketchbooks, I tend to stick to literally sketching because this is kind of my place to practice mainly. I'd like to do fun stuff, but it's mainly a place for me to practice, so I don't go all out with colorful spreads. So yeah, I'm happy I did it, but I just wanted to kind of take you guys through my thought process a little bit. And we are getting very close to the end of the video. I personally really enjoyed this process and this little challenge, if you could even call it a challenge. But if you guys are interested in another video like this, definitely leave your suggestions down in the comments on what I should do next. And if you are interested in more art content, art challenges, sketchbooking, sketchbook tours, and hopefully some vlogs in the future, then definitely make sure to subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I'm gonna let you guys listen to some music while we finish this up. Bye, friends.